Hi guys, welcome to Venture First. My name is Alex, and remember, in order to venture deeper, one must venture first, and that's exactly what I'm here to do today. If you guys would please join me on my venture to my first 1,000 subscribers, I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscription button down below. But today, we're going to be talking about a jury member that has supposedly come forward, for real this time. So if you've paid attention to Elaine or Amber Heard's interviews, one of the main talking points is social media. So I will read it verbatim out of the article in her quote. She says, "Even if you think that I'm lying, you could not look me in the eye and tell me you think on social media there's been a fair representation. You cannot tell me that you think that this has been fair." But this juror denied all of Heard's claims and said that the jury based their decision on evidence and nothing more. So what Elaine and Amber have been doing is they've been speaking these talking points that most people think that their appeal is going to be based on. One of those is going to be that the social media and the exposure behind this has swayed the jury's verdict. This rebuttal right here destroys that narrative. And if this is true, if this is a real jury member and they are saying that they had no involvement on social media, that is one claim from the appeal that will be struck down almost immediately. So this male juror, who remained anonymous, spoke to Good Morning America, and he said that they felt uncomfortable the way that Heard was staring at them throughout the proceedings. That makes sense. I think we were all uncomfortable for them. So he went on to stress that the verdict was reached purely on evidence during the trial and claimed that 3 of them didn't even have social media. So if they do not have social media, how are they going to be swayed by social media? He said a lot of their story didn't add up, and the majority of the jury felt that she was the aggressor. I think that a lot of people who watched the trial probably felt the same way. The crying, facial expressions that she had, staring at the jury, all of us were very uncomfortable. She would answer one question, and then she would be crying 2 seconds later and then turn ice cold. Some of us used the expression crocodile tears. So if you don't know what crocodile tears, they are big old tears that don't really have any sincerity behind them. That when you cry, you're doing it for attention, you want the sympathy from people around you. That is what they're saying that she was doing. He also added that we followed the evidence. Myself and at least 2 of the jurors don't use Twitter or Facebook, like he said before, and others who had it made a point not to talk about it. So right there, those claims right there rebut everything that Elaine and Amber have been saying. So the people that did have social media did not talk about it. Even if they saw it, they did not talk about it. And 3 of them, so 3 out of the 7, didn't even have social media. Where do you go from there, Amber? Where do you go from there? Unfortunately for Amber, her claims that social media is impacting the jury, I don't think is going to get her very far. I don't think Elaine saying that this is a tale of 2 trials and that social media had a giant part in this, it's not going to get him very far. So this is at least one jury member that's come forward to dispute her claims about social media. I'm wondering if anyone's going to come dispute any of the other nonsense that she's been spouting. But for now, it looks like at least one jury member has had enough and that they are going to shoot down the claims of appeal for social media. So what do you guys think? Do you think this is a real juror? Do you think that he has a point? Do you think it was a fair verdict? I think it was a fair verdict. I think this is very interesting timing for a juror member to speak out, and I was wondering from the very start if this was their plan, was to say enough nonsense to get the jury members so upset that they would come out and speak and slip up and say something that would give them grounds for appeal. Unfortunately for them, this jury member seems very professional and didn't say anything that would hurt Johnny Depp. In fact, it only said things that hurt the narrative coming from Amber Heard's camp. So please, if you made it this far, I really do appreciate your time. Please consider hitting that subscription button down below. Remember, in order to venture deeper, one must venture first, and that's exactly what I'm here to do. So thank you.